like Spider-Man comes out, and then can't remember, but
Spider-Man's not until like November though, isn't it?
September maybe. Yeah, I can't
Oh, is
remember.
it?
Yeah,
For
it's
me,
before.
that's when.
Man, I'm telling you, like that Spider-Man trailer at the end of that showcase, kind of, it made me less excited for the game.
Oh no, I loved it.
Well, I mean, like, I think it's gonna be fine. I guess I just think that, like, if the things that you were waiting to show at your big showcase were, yeah, we're getting the black suit in addition to Venom, and we're not going to give you any narrative context, but we're going to spoil that you're getting it. And
Yeah.
also, you have Carnage powers now for some reason. Like, I'm just like, hey, I don't know if you guys read any black suit Spider-Man books ever, but he didn't fucking start creating weapons with his body. Okay, that wasn't a Peter Parker move. And so I was like a little off put by that. I was like, okay, are they going to make it so that either like Peter Parker is the villain at the end of this or something? And yeah, and then the rest of it was just like, okay, I guess it basically was a big flashy trailer that seemed to just be like, hey, you can switch between the characters. There's the black suit. Hey, remember Kraven the Hunter? Hey, remember the Lizard? And I was just like, well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like, I was just like, man, I feel like every single bit of information that I got from this, you could have just made a tweet. And I felt like you were spoiling like cinematic moments in the game by even showing me any of the stuff that you showed me. And you didn't even show me. I was like, if you were going to spoil stuff, how about spoil how Peter bonds to the black suit? Have that be your cold open cinematic sequence. Whereas they just did this thing with Kraven the Hunter. And I'm like, okay, I don't know this Kraven though. So like, I don't know anything about his story. I don't know why you think it's going to be really slick if it's like, oh, we want to go to New York where there is prey who hunts you back, or so, like whatever he says or something. It's like, okay, yeah, Kraven the Hunter is going to be in this game at some point, I guess. Is that like that whole scene is like, yeah, Kraven's going to show up eventually. They don't show him.
I mean, it's the concrete jungle. It's New York City, so it makes sense to me that he would go there. And then,
yeah, but I mean, that Kraven the Hunter, yes, will fight Spider-Man. Like,
no, I thought it's cool. I mean, we got Kraven, we have you know, symbiote Spider-Man. You get to switch between Miles and Spider-Man. I thought that was a great showcase. I don't know.
I don't know. I just I thought that a lot of what they showed from it too was very like canned, kind of quick time eventy shots where I'm like, well, I feel like you guys aren't really even.
It was like God of War.
I don't know though. Like I guess like what I mean is, well, and I mean, granted, I didn't think God of War Ragnarok trailered very well either because it's kind of, they both have a similar problem where because the newer games look so much like the older games from a fundamental like design perspective, it's like what do you show in the trailer to wow people? And I think the
villain, you show a new gimmick, and you show a really long sequence of action.
I think that the long sequence of action though is just like, yeah, this just looks like playing the other game, man. And like nothing about it seems really super engaging. So it seemed to me that's like, hey, it's going to be more of the same game, but you can switch between the two of them. And you may like the story. Whereas, like, I think if they'd led with narrative stuff, that it's like, oh yeah, by the way, the story in this one's going to be amazing. Like your mom will want to sit down next to you and watch it because she liked No Way Home. And she'll want to watch this too. But where they led was just the narrative context kind of wasn't there. It's just like, oh, he has the black suit now, so that happens somehow, I suppose. And now the cops are going after him, and he's like, is he like messing up a bunch of cops at the beginning too? I'm just like, oh, seems not very Spider-Man-y. But I don't know. I'll definitely still play it. I'm not really excited for it. I was more excited for it before I saw that trailer, and I actually think that that's the kind of trailer that deflates excitement more than amps it up. Because I think everyone who that trailer sold, everyone who was sold on that trailer, I think was going to buy the game anyways. Like before they even watched it at all. I don't think that was the one that is going to get people in.
I don't know, dude. It has 415,000 likes and only 8K downvotes.
I mean, yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
got like 10 million views. I think it was pretty hype.
I don't know. It's just like I can't think of a single thing
showcase in like a long time.
No, are you talking about the whole showcase overall, or that Spider-Man?
The whole thing. Like that was the main part of it, but.
Yeah, but I would put a like on that stream for Phantom Blade 0, like almost.
Oh yeah, that was great.
So I mean, like, that's what I mean. So if we're talking about the whole stream, it's like, well, I mean,
reveal.
Just the gameplay reveal?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, maybe some people are positive on it, though. I would also say that on the
Yeah.
Sony like YouTube page, a lot of people are kind of primed to hit the like button
It's
on a
Marvel
big.
Entertainment. It's not
Yeah,
Sony.
but well,
It's
but I
Marvel
mean,
YouTube.
but it's not a. Oh, it's the Marvel YouTube.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, I mean, then even
Dude, I'm
more
telling
so.
you,
What are you
Spider-Man 2
kidding?
is
None of
gonna, like, break
Marvel fans.
records, dude.
I
Spider-Man
think
and we already know the story's gonna be good. We don't need, like, I don't know
no,
I don't
dude. Whoa,
know.
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
the first
Why?
one was
Why do we
amazing
know the story is gonna be good?
because the
Okay,
first one was good.
yeah, Last of
Everyone
Us.
knows this is gonna have a good story. We just wanna know, like, the gimmicks, like,
Oh,
okay, so
but I'm just saying that, like,
yeah.
after The Last of Us had a shit sucking story, I'm like, is there
No.
anything that we can guarantee? Oh yeah, this is the best writers in
Ragnarok
the
didn't.
industry. Don't worry.
Ragnarok
Ragnarok had
didn't.
a great story.
No, he said no. The Last of Us thing was a Naughty Dog, problem.
Well, no,
Uh,
no. It's hey, like the
Insomniac
just
doesn't
because
fail.
a team writes a
Yeah,
good story does not mean the next thing they write will also be good. Especially if you get a lot of people that got swelled heads from the previous
yeah,
one and think they can do no wrong, so they take
right,
on insurmountable challenges. Like, hey, what if I have my
yeah,
new main character brain the previous game's protagonist with a golf club in the first couple hours? And then make the audience love her by the end of it. I'm Neil Druckmann and
yeah.
I'm just that
Druckmann,
good. And it's
yeah,
like, no, you
Druckmann,
weren't. You were
yeah,
not that good. You shouldn't have done that. You should have picked a story which was easier to nail. But I mean, I think though the
yeah,
things that I would be interested to see are A, Craven deciding to go to New York to hunt down Spider-Man or supervillains. I'm like, that's not a decision you need to show me. You know, because like, yeah, I know who Craven the Hunter is. I know that, yeah, he would get wind of guys like Spider-Man and think, oh, okay, that's where I'm going to go do a hunt. So the scene they showed there was the most basic bitch Craven the Hunter premise you could
yeah.
possibly come up with. It was a nothing scene. It like nothing really happens in it aside from, oh, I guess this guy's Craven the Hunter. Oh no, wait, it's that guy. He's Craven the Hunter. That's kind of the
I
reaction
think they
people
wanted the shock value because I watched XQC and a lot of people react to that, and they wanted. I think the artistic decision was, oh, this is a new game by a Sony, by somebody at Sony, and then it at some point you're like, oh fuck, this is Spider-Man because nobody
yeah.
knew nobody knew that was Craven. Like the people that reaction, a lot of people didn't even know that was Craven, and then when they saw the iPad, they were like, holy fuck, Spider-Man, and then they were like hyped. I think it landed
Eh,
really well with a lot of people. That's all I'm
I
saying.
don't know. Like to me, I was like the second I saw Craven, I was like, okay, I guess Craven the Hunter is going to be in Spider-Man. And
Yeah,
then I was expecting something cool to happen in that scene, and it just like pans out, and then they go back to New York. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
why did you show that scene with Craven just to be like, hey guys, Craven's in this game too? I was like, I think at that point, just show him to me in the game. Like I'm just
yeah.
like, I don't think
Maybe
you
they're
did
hiding.
anything there except for
Yeah.
spoil the surprise that maybe Craven's going to be one of the characters in this game. You know.